I think one of the scariest feelings as a Tesla owner is watching your battery percentage get dangerously low and realizing there might not be a charger nearby. Because with a gas car, most people have pushed it beyond its limits before. You panic a little, pray to God, and somehow you make it to that gas station. But EVs feel a little bit different because once a Tesla hits zero, most people generally think that it's game over, the car shuts off, and you better call that tow truck. And honestly, that's what I used to think as well. But then I started wondering what actually happens when the car reaches 0%. Does the car instantly shut down? Can it still drive past zero? Does the battery get damaged? Can you completely break the battery? And what does Tesla actually say? Because unlike gas cars, fully draining a lithium-ion battery repeatedly can actually damage this over time. Tesla even warns owners that letting the car completely discharge can potentially damage components inside the car, which immediately made me wonder, okay, so what actually happens when you reach zero? Does it instantly die? Or is Tesla hiding some extra battery reserve for us? And actually, most Teslas don't die at zero. There's usually still some battery reserves left. But the car slowly starts limiting itself from how much power and AC and stuff that you can actually have while it's running. First, you start seeing warning dots on the power bar. Then the acceleration just gets weaker. Then the car starts aggressively telling you to charge immediately. And honestly, this is where range anxiety probably starts becoming terrifying. Because suddenly your Tesla just stops feeling like a futuristic spaceship. It starts feeling like a ticking time bomb. And the scary part is you can still technically keep driving, which makes people think, oh, I probably still have plenty left. But that's where things can get a little bit dangerous because how long you actually have left kind of depends on weather, speed, hills, AC usage, traffic, battery health. So two people at 0% could have completely different experiences. And honestly, the AC is probably one of the biggest things that can destroy your remaining range, especially in the summertime, or if it's winter, your heat. Because once that battery gets really low, your AC starts eating at your battery extremely quick. Which is why if you're at this point, you need to turn off your AC, lower your brightness, start slowing down, and try every single thing to save as much as you can. And this is where those thoughts in your head start coming in. Why did I buy this car? This thing sucks. What am I doing with my life? I'm about to lose this car. Because now you're thinking, can I make it? How far is the charger? Do I risk it? Should I just pull over? And unlike gas cars, you can't just have a little container of gas in the trunk. If the battery completely dies, you're stuck. Especially if there's no charger nearby. You better get on that phone and call your tow truck immediately. But Teslas don't just usually shut off. The car slowly starts removing functions one at a time. Acceleration gets weaker, top speeds drop, regenerative braking disappears, warning starts popping up everywhere, and now your car is entering survival mode. Until finally the car just says, I can no longer drive. And I do not recommend you try this. There are some people on YouTube that have done this to their cars. I don't know how good that is for their battery, but as long as they're willing to do it, I'm not gonna do that. But I'll be showing some clips throughout this video of them doing that. The screen usually still functions, the lights still work, the doors still work, but the actual driving systems are basically done. So at that point, you better hope you're somewhere safe. And this could also just depend on which model and generation of Teslas you actually have. I would assume that the older ones are a bit scarier than the newer ones. So just be aware of that. But don't be worried because most of the time the car is just gonna make sure that it's charged enough to make it to its route. So that's why it does all the route planning for you. And it also monitors weather, elevation, driving style, battery usage, and charger location. And if the car believes you're not gonna make it, it just starts warning you slowly. Sometimes it will just tell you, slow down, navigate the charger, conserve energy, which honestly just shows you how smart these cars actually are. And if the battery fully dies, Tesla even has a built-in tow mode because unlike normal cars, there's not really a traditional neutral gear. So Tesla had to create an entirely separate system just for moving the car after battery failure, which honestly I didn't even know existed. But if this is your first time or accidentally discharge your car, it's not gonna completely ruin it. Tesla built these batteries with protections for reasons. Now obviously, you shouldn't go out there trying to do this. This is only in severe emergency cases. So if you like this type of content and want to help me build a Tesla community, like, subscribe, comment down below. How low have you been or have you ever had to tow your Tesla because of this? And if you're in the market for a new Tesla, my referral link is down in the description below. It's going to give you 3 full months of free supercharging. But besides that, I'll see you guys in the next video.